Could you confirm this? There's a spoiler. Moiraine needs someone to train Rand al'Thor, harnessing his power as the Dragon Reborn, and there are several candidates in the Wheel of Time universe that could fulfill this role in the show. The Wheel of Time Season 3's ending saw Rand declaring himself as Karakan in front of the Ah-iel, completing a step of the prophecy. Moiraine is guiding him in the proper way so that he can fight for the light in the last battle. But the real challenge will be internal, as Rand struggles to contain the highly volatile male half of the One Power. The Wheel of Time's magic is complicated, and the primary reason that women are typically the only ones who channel in Robert Jordan's world is that the One Power is divided into two halves, Saidin and saidar. Saidin was tainted by the Dark One, prompting men who channel to go insane. It's described as a raging torrent of power, and even Rand, a being of innately immense channeling strength, will find it exceedingly difficult not to succumb to its temptations. For that reason, Moiraine needs a male channeler to guide Rand al'Thor on the right path. Welcome to Movie Spy, Asmodean. Asmodean teaches Rand in the books. Rand al'Thor's arcs in Seasons 2 and 3 of the Wheel of Time have shown him trying to withstand the influence of Lanfear, one of the Forsaken. The Forsaken are agents of the Dark One, but they also have their own individual goals within Jordan's world, which is part of what makes them such compelling villains throughout the series. Asmodean is another Forsaken whom we haven't seen on the Wheel of Time show, despite Season 3 covering the Shadow Rising, one of the primary books in which he's a part. Asmodean appears in the Shadow Rising under the guise of Natal, pursuing Rand through the Ah-iel waste in an effort to acquire more information and establish influence with the Dragon Reborn. Rand eventually defeated Asmodean but decided to spare his life, instead using him as a teacher on the male half of the One Power. In his remaining time in the series, it's unclear if Asmodean is scheming to betray Rand, or if he actually swaps loyalties and trains him. Regardless, he would provide the TV show with a compelling antagonist that shows the depth of the Forsaken. Ravin and Rand will cross paths soon. Amazon Prime Video's adaptation of The Wheel of Time has a habit of condensing characters, so it wouldn't be surprising if aspects of Asmodean's story went to Ravin. Season 4 will primarily focus on the events of the Fires of Heaven, which would make Ravin the central antagonist of Rand's plotline. Given that Moghedien and Lanfear are still around and Grendel might also be introduced, adding in a fifth prominent Forsaken seems unlikely, canceling out the potential of Asmodean. The Wheel of Time Season 3 introduced Ravin under the guise of Lord Gabriel, a trustee of Queen Morgase Track and of Ander. In the Fires of Heaven, Morgase is forced to go into exile after Ravin uses his compulsion ability to remove her and her trusted followers. Season 4 looks to be setting Rand and Elaine on a track to help reclaim Ander from Ravin, which would set Rand on the path to potentially using this Forsaken as a teacher instead of Asmodean. Ravin is much different than Asmodean, but the TV series has been known to take its creative liberties. Another step on Rand's path is the Stone of Tyr, the location where he retrieves the Angreal sword, Calendar, in the Dragon Reborn. In a Season 3 scene, Lanfear advised Ravin to intercept Rand at Tyr, hinting that they might cross paths early in the season. Rand has gathered his army in the Ah-iel waste, and now he'll look toward Tyr as his next stop, pitting him against Ravin and also providing some opportunities for him to learn from another male channeler, Mazrim Taim. Mazrim Taim teaches men to control the One Power. Mazrim Taim is one of the false dragons who doesn't appear in the books until Lord of Chaos. Just as he's been mentioned throughout the TV show multiple times, he's mentioned in the books on several occasions, building anticipation for his arrival. One of the critical roles Mazrim Taim plays in Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time books is leading the Black Tower, a place to train and harness the power of male channelers, founded by Rand after his decision to pardon men with access to the One Power. This is a significant turning point in the books, and I'd be shocked if Mazrim Taim didn't end up playing a role in the TV series. If he's going to lead a tower that teaches men how to control their power, he may as well teach Rand, the most important of them all. However, Mazrim Taim is a particularly arrogant man, and he's later revealed to be an ally to the Dark One who becomes a Forsaken in the last battle. That could be another hint that he'd take Asmodean's role of teaching Rand in the TV series. Mazrim Taim is a compelling candidate, but the show seems to be setting up a character for Season 4. Taim could appear in Season 4, but he'd be out of place if the show is tackling the fires of heaven. I think Mazrim Taim will play a prominent role in the Wheel of Time, but not until Season 5, which would allow him to be a centerpiece in an adaptation of Lord of Chaos. Loghain. Loghain and Rand's connection has already been established. Loghain is a character who's already been introduced on the TV show, with a prominent role in Season 1 and a recurring role in Season 2. Though he's yet to be seen since appearing in Carrion in Season 2, the book differences in his character already indicate that he'll play a role in Rand's future. In both the books and the show, Loghain takes a long, concentrated stare at Rand the moment they share the same space, despite having no prior knowledge of his existence, establishing a mystical connection between the pair. Loghain was a false dragon who lost his ability to channel after he was captured and gentled by the Aes Sedai at the end of Season 1. In the books, he remains at Tar Valon, though the show had him move to Carrion so he'd be able to cross paths with Rand sooner rather than later. Loghain may not have been the Dragon Reborn, but he's been experienced with the One Power since before Rand even set out from the Two Rivers, setting up a natural reason to bring them together. Loghain and Rand's Season 2 scenes saw them discussing their shared burden, setting up a clear course for Loghain to be Rand's mentor in the future. In a Q&A from 2018, showrunner Rafe Judkins shared his intentions to expand Loghain's role in the TV series, saying that he enjoys the character. He seems like a clear-cut candidate to be Rand's mentor, possibly absorbing Asmodean or even some of Mazrim Taim's story in the books, becoming an amalgam of separate characters like we've seen before on the Wheel of Time. Thanks for watching.